Hello and welcome to Big Baby Sports. This is Big Baby Jonathan. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about the Lakers' chances the rest of the way. As far as, do they stay at the 5 position, go to the 6th seed, or play in the play-in tournament? Let's talk about Laker Nation. My thoughts about the Lakers' chances from the 5th seed all the way to the play-in tournament, man. Lakers got to play desperation basketball right now. You know what I mean? We're 2-5 out of the last 5 games. We're 2-5, and we're 1-3 with the return of Anthony Davis. I know Anthony Davis is coming back from an injury, but still, Lakers got to do better. Yesterday versus the Washington Wizards, man, I didn't like the competitive nature of the team yesterday. I did not like it one bit because we're going through the motions, missed assignments, giving up layups and lobs and three-pointers, and you know what I mean? We got to do better, you know what I mean? Because there's a potential we could be facing the Clippers in the first round. You know what I mean? Like, we could be potentially playing the Clippers in the first round. You know what I mean? So we have to do, you know what I mean? And here's the thing. And if the Lakers and Clippers play in the first round, everybody, let's run it. Because I ain't scared of the Clippers. I ain't scared of no San Diego Clippers. You know what I mean? I know Kendrick Perkins on the jump prior to the Wizards-Laker game, he was talking about that the Clippers are the favorite to win the West. Kendrick Perkins, you're wrong. They're not the favorite. You know who the favorites are? The Los Angeles Lakers, because they're the defending NBA champions. How many times do we talk about the Clippers every year when they have Blake Griffin, John Jordan, Lob City, and what do the Clippers normally do? Lose in the playoffs. So until then, everybody, until the Clippers prove me wrong, I'm going to continue to talk about it. As far as continue to talk mess about them, because Kendrick Perkins said that they're the favorite because of Rondo, and okay, doesn't matter. They had Chris Paul at one point. You know what I mean? And what I'm saying is, overall, in general of all scheme of things, they're not the favorite. They will never ever be the favorite to come out of the West. You know what I mean? They can't be, because they haven't won anything. You know, even Robert Horry said the same thing. You know, because they were on Spectrum Sports in LA, they were doing a segment called Pretenders or Contenders, and they asked Robert Horry, do you think the Clippers are pretenders or contenders? And he said they're pretenders because it doesn't matter if they're having a great regular season, you got to produce in the playoffs. And I agree 100% with Robert Horry on that one. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. If it's the Lakers and Clippers, first round, let's run it. You know? So far, the standings for the Western Conference so far. Let me see here. Bring this up for you guys. Utah's number 1 at 45-17. Phoenix is 44-18, second in the West. Clippers are 43-21 in the Western Conference, and the Nuggets are 42-21. They're fourth in the West at 42-21. And Lakers are 36-30. Excuse me, Lakers are 36-26. But here's the thing about the Nuggets: they don't want to play the Lakers in the first round, so they're, what are they? A game back from the Clippers. They're 42-21. They're basically the same record if you count if they would have won a couple games ago. They're at 42-21, the Denver Nuggets, and the Clippers are 43-21. You know what I mean? So we could potentially be playing the Clippers in the first round. And if that 4 or 5 matchup presents itself, man, I know we got AD coming back from an injury. I know LeBron's potentially coming back Sunday or tomorrow. You know what I mean? There's reports out there that he was coming back Friday, but they announced the roster's injury report, and he's not playing tomorrow. And it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. And Sunday, it's a possibility against Toronto. You know what I mean? So we gotta just hold the fort down until he comes back. But the Clippers are 43-21, and the Nuggets are 42-21. So the Clippers and Nuggets can swap from the 4 to the 3. The Nuggets could go to 3. The Clippers could go to 4. And if the Lakers and Clippers play in the first round, I'm gonna keep it all the way real. At this point, I want that to happen. Basketball gods, can you please make it the Lakers Clippers in the first round, please? Because if we get a healthy LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and LeBron James is going to be in the Game 7 mode from the start when he comes back. And you know how he plays when he has a Game 7 mentality throughout the whole bubble. He had this Game 7 mentality throughout the whole bubble, and he dominated. You know, once we get LeBron back, LeBron's going to get everybody in their positions. KCP's going to be balling. You know, Kuzma's going to be balling. Everybody's going to be turning up when LeBron comes back. You know what I mean? So I kind of want to play the Clippers, and I ain't scared of the Clippers. But here's the thing: if the Lakers and Clippers do hypothetically play in the first round, everybody, and the Lakers beat the Clippers in the first round, I don't want to hear any more of this Clippers run LA shit. Sorry for cussing, but I don't want to hear any of that anymore. If the Lakers beat the Clippers in the first round, and if we beat the Lakers, if we beat the Clippers in the first round, if my Los Angeles Lakers beat the San Diego Clippers in the first round, Clipper fans should go hiding, and Clipper Daryl should never be a Clipper fan again. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. I'll get into the 6th, 7th, 8th, and playing tournament teams in a minute, but like, if we beat the Clippers, would us fans be surprised? Hell no, we're not. We wouldn't be surprised. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. The Lakers, my Lakers, have the talent and team to beat the Clippers. Can beat that. My Lakers could beat that Clipper team in a 7-game series. LeBron and AD. Everybody's talking about Paul George and Kawhi Leonard being the best 2 wing defenders in the league of all time. You know what I mean? Like, oh, the next Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, 2 wing defenders. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you why I feel like the Clippers are not gonna get to the Western Conference Finals. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you're a losing organization like the Clippers are, like the Los Angeles Clippers are a losing organization, you're gonna continue to do the things that you do as a losing organization. Time and time again, the Clippers continue to make losing mistakes. As far as when I know they have a great regular season team. Do they want a cookie? Does Clipper Dare, do you want a cookie for having a great regular season? You're getting excited for being the number 2 seed. Well, you're the 3 seed now, but you were excited about being the 2 seed. You were jumping for joy. Really, Clipper Dare? Really? I'm dreaming? Like, really, Clipper Dare? Like I don't understand. I gotta get you on Big Baby Sports Podcast, man. I gotta get you on again. But like, why are you celebrating regular season standings? Like, why are you getting excited? But at the end of the day, as a Laker fan, we don't celebrate regular seasons, man. Up over here at Lakerland, man, you don't know what it's like celebrating a championship. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like celebrating championships, man. 17 of them. 17-0, bruh. 17-0. So I don't know why you're celebrating this second overall in the at the time 2 weeks ago you were celebrating you're in the second in the West, getting excited. You know what I mean? We're the 5th seed, 4th seed, 5th seed. Okay, cool. Let's run it. If we have to be the 5th seed to get to another championship, then let's run it. You know, I ain't afraid of the Clippers. I ain't afraid of Utah. I ain't afraid of Denver. I ain't afraid of no team. Every time, you should be afraid of Brooklyn. Why should I be afraid of Brooklyn? It's basketball. Any team could be beaten on any given night. You know what I mean? I'm not scared of no team. I'm not. And I have all the confidence in my Lakers to get this championship done back to back. But it's going to have to take a collective team effort to get a championship done here in Los Angeles. And let me ask you this, Laker Nation. NBA fans out there, listen to me on Big Baby Sports Podcast on all platforms. Let me ask you guys this. If LeBron gets through Kawhi Leonard gets through Phoenix, the Clippers, Utah, and Brooklyn, where does that put LeBron as a Laker of all time? I'm going to leave that for discussion in the comments and feedback on my Twitter, but I'm going to actually keep it 100. I'm going to keep it all the way over on Big Baby Sports Podcast. If LeBron James gets us another championships by going through the West and going through the Big 3 in Brooklyn, he'll be second greatest Laker of all time. And I'm keeping it real. Kobe Bryant's the greatest Laker of all time at number 1, and it will be Kobe at number 1, LeBron at 2, Magic Johnson at 3, Kareem at 4, and 5 would be Shaquille O'Neal. Yes, I said LeBron James will be the second greatest Laker of all time if he gets through this journey to get to the finals. Yes, I said it. I ain't scared. Yes, I said I ain't scared. Yes, I said LeBron will be the second greatest Laker of all time. Yes, I said it. Because LeBron has to go through like he was playing at the MVP level this season. You know what I mean? Riding high, you know, and then he gets injured. He was playing domination basketball. You know what I mean? I know AD was struggling with 20. Like AD is having a hangover from the NBA Finals from the bubble, and it's unfortunate that he's going through that. Laker Nation, it's unfortunate he's going through that, and we'll be all right. But at least he's getting his rhythm back, and that's what I want him to do is get his rhythm back. You know what I mean? So we just gotta continue to hold the fort down until LeBron comes back. But yeah, like I said, man, LeBron will be the second greatest Laker of all time if he can get us a championship again this season, and if he gets through the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference. That's how I view him. He'll be the second greatest Laker of all time. But now let's get back into the sixth seed. Dallas Mavericks 35-27. Portland 34-28. Grizzlies 31-30. Spurs 31-30. Golden State 31-32. So around that 6-7, we can possibly fall from 5 all the way to the 8th spot and have to play Utah in the first round, or play in the play-in tournament. And as far as play-in tournament, man, if we get into the playoff tournament, it is what it is. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if we get into the playoff tournament, I'm not going to be scared. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm not going to be scared if we have to play Laker Nation. I'm not going to be scared if we have to play the Clippers in the first round, or even the Nuggets, or even if we fall to the 8th spot, have to play the Utah Jazz. I'm not going to be scared of any team. You know what I mean? Because my Lakers can compete with anybody in the Western Conference and Eastern Conference. I don't care what anybody says. We have the talent. We have LeBron, Anthony Davis, Drummond, Kuzma, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Alex Caruso, Dennis Schroeder. We have a talented team that can get the job done. I have all the confidence in my Lakers to get it done. And I ain't scared of nobody in the Western Conference. I'm not scared of nobody. Why is everybody on sports media and ESPN saying that the Lakers don't have a chance to see it? We have a chance because LeBron James took a Cleveland team with Daniel Boobie Gibson, Drew Gooden, Larry Hughes, Julius Ilgauskas to the finals. So if he can take that team to the finals, he can take this Laker team to the finals easy. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. I know to get to a championship it's gonna be a battle, but at the end of the day, I'm excited because the championship is going to be even more special to me, because winning back-to-back is always hard, but once we get that back-to-back, it's going to be turn-up season. So I'm interested to see how the last 10 games of the season. You know what I mean? I'm interested to see how we're doing the last 10 games, because we can be in the play-in tournament, and that's the thing. If we have to play in the play-in tournament, let's run it. Let's put our big boy pants on and go to work. And if you have a LeBron James that's in a Game 7 mentality for when he gets back, that's going to be deadly and scary. Because LeBron looks ready. Like, LeBron looks ready to go, as far as, like, he's just so itching to get out there, man. He's so itching to get out there on the court, man. And I can't wait till he gets out there, man. A lot of Laker fans, stop taking LeBron for granted. Stop doing that right now. I'm telling you, from Big Baby Jonathan quote, stop taking LeBron for granted, man. He just embrace his greatness, man. Because it just, let's get into this. It just shows that LeBron is valuable. Because here's the thing. Once LeBron's out, like when he's out, it's the Lakers are 3-17 without him. You know what I mean? Without LeBron. You know what I mean? So we gotta do better. You know what I mean? So we gotta do better without. Okay. Let me see here. The Lakers went 6-13 without LeBron James so far. 6-13. That's not good. That's not good. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, once LeBron leaves these teams, like when LeBron left Cleveland Cavaliers, worst team in the league. When he left Miami, they were the worst team in the league. He went back to Cleveland, they won a championship. When he was on Miami, they won a championship. So LeBron is valuable wherever he goes, man. So when LeBron comes back, he's going to turn up. He's going to get this Laker team back to the winning ways. So I'm not like panicked yet, because everybody's talking about, oh, you should be panicked or you should be scared. The only reason I'm not panicked yet, Laker Nation, is because we're still gonna make the playoffs. And here's the thing, I'm gonna keep it all the way real. And if we miss the playoffs, so there's got to be changes immediately if we miss the playoffs with this current team right here. You can't miss the playoffs with this current team. This team is very talented with Drummond, Kuzma, Anthony Davis, KCP, all the players, Montrezl Harrell. If we miss the playoffs with this team, man, we would have to make a change immediately. We would have to fire Frank Vogel if the Lakers miss the playoffs. I'm calling it right now. I would fire Frank Vogel if we miss the playoffs, but we're not going to miss the playoffs. I can guarantee you that, bro. You know what I mean? And everybody's talking about about LeBron's legacy. His legacy's good. You know what I mean? His legacy's good. But LeBron's legacy is good at what he's doing. And he'll, like I said earlier, man, he'll be the second greatest Laker of all time if he gets the championship done. And this, like, overall scheme of things, Laker Nation and Big Baby sports fans and Big Baby sports fans, LeBron not playing for the last 20 games, it just shows you how valuable LeBron is. Because when LeBron's on the court, man, Lakers are a better team. And right now we're struggling right now, and it's unfortunate because we're 1-3 with Anthony Davis. We were riding high when he was out, and we're kind of getting back. We're trying to get chemistry. We're trying to get camaraderie before the playoffs, because anything can happen in the playoffs. Everything goes 0-0 again. Anybody can win the NBA championship except for the Clippers. You know what I mean? I trust my Lakers so much, man, that we're going to get this done. I have all the confidence in the world. I ain't scared of no challenge. I ain't scared of no NBA team. I keep telling everybody that. Western Conference, let's bring it. Eastern Conference, let's bring it. You know what I mean? So, Laker Nation, we got to put on our big boy pants and ride out this wave. You know, it's a marathon, man. It's a marathon. And I'm really excited for May 12th, because that's when we get our banner raised, man. Well, unfortunately, I won't be able to go to that game. I won't be able to go to a game this season. But next season, I'm going to go to a game. But I can't wait to lift that banner, man. We haven't lifted up at the banner since 2010, man. I'm really excited for that game. I'm also excited for the game tomorrow versus the Sacramento Kings. It's going to be a tough battle. No, but Utah put up 154 points on the Kings. But anytime the Kings and Lakers play, Kings play like their best game of the season. They always gear up for us, even though De'Aaron Fox is not playing due to the healthy safety protocol. But I expect the Lakers and Kings to be a battle. But I expect my Lakers to win. But that's going to do it for Big Baby Sports Podcast. Make sure you guys like the podcast, man. Make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel, Big Baby Sports Podcast, and also subscribe to my second channel, Big Baby Reacts. On that channel, I react to all things NBA and all NFL topics on there as well. But make sure you guys listen to this podcast, rate the podcast, share it with your friends and family, and until then, everybody, you guys have a blessed, positive rest of your day. We'll talk soon, Laker Nation.